We are comparing Rick Barnes' two best teams in Tennessee basketball history. This past year's team that made the Elite Eight and the 2018-2019 Vols that won 30 games and spent 3 weeks ranked number 1.
Okay, well, it's good to have that conversation. For those that are still looking back on the loss, that was one of the best basketball teams that's ever been fielded at the University of Tennessee. And I think a couple of days distance should remind everybody of that. Coop, what do we do here?
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
All right, what down, Coop?
Coop here. First down.
All right, first down. Who had the best player? Their best players were a guy named Grant, a guy named Dalton. It sounds like they could be in a 70s cop buddy show.
That's actually Dalton. That's almost a last name to Grant.
Grant Dalton. Grant and Dalton. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Grant Williams, Dalton Knecht were the best players of each team. I'm going to say Dalton Knecht was a better player. Grant was, Dalton Knecht was a better player.
Yeah, it's got to be Dalton. I mean, he's a different type of player. Now we'll see if he can hang on in the NBA, because I think Grant Williams is willing to do some dirty work that I don't know that Dalton Knecht at his position wants to do. I think he wants to be a scorer, right? Is he going to do the other things? We'll see. All right.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
Which team was deeper, going back to the best team that Rick Barnes had, and now this year? Which team was deeper comparing the two?
I think they were similarly deep, but I am going to say that, honestly, I think this past year's team was deeper too, because both teams, to be fair, as I bring this up, both teams had really 8 guys that played double-digit minutes in games, but that team really only had a 6-man rotation. They had the starting 5. They had Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield, Jordan Bone, and Kyle Alexander were the starters, and then Jordan Bowden and Lamonte Turner would switch things off. Fulkerson and Eve Pons both played a little bit, but like average 11 and 12 minutes a game. So this team, even though they both went 8 deep, this team spread out the minutes a little bit more than that team did.
I'm going to go with the first team because Schofield coming off the bench. I like a big man coming off the bench. Tough physical position. Tennessee didn't really have that. JP Estrella kind of became that late in the year. But I'll say deeper in a really innate sense of I like the big man coming off the bench. So I will take that.
Well, to bolster your point, part of the rotation I'm talking about is Santi Vescovi, whereas that's Jordan Bowden and Lamonte Turner were both more valuable than Santi Vescovi as scorers on that team than Vescovi was on this team.
What down, Coop?
Tennessee center Cooper Mays here. Third down.
All right, between those two teams, where is each team's advantage? I think it's Dalton Knecht on the latest team. I think it's the bigs in that initial team.
So there's a few things. It is Dalton Knecht. Also, Zakai Ziegler. I liked Jordan Bone, but I think the Zakai Ziegler the perimeter defense of this team would just be really good. However, the inside game of the other team, I mean, Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield, and then on top of that, Kyle Alexander wasn't a scorer, but Dave, I'll just say this. Kyle Alexander does have NBA money. He signed with the Heat for a minute, and you and I both know, even though he wasn't like a elite player, he's the type of guy that would take Adu out of a game because he would mentally wreck Jonas Adu with his toughness down low.
Yeah, and I think if Tennessee has Admiral Schofield on this basketball team, we're still talking about them playing in March. I think
Admiral Schofield would. He may give up 6 inches, 8 inches, a foot to Edey, and he'd still give Edey trouble.
Yeah. By the way, the national media is really getting split over Edey. Have you noticed that? Who would win a 7-game series between the two teams? 4 Downs brought to you by our friends at Dynasty Pools and Spas. Go to Dynasty Pools and Spas, their showroom in Athens. Who would win a 7-game series? 4 Downs brought to you by Dynasty Pools and Spas. Here, the best thing about Dynasty Pools and Spas is that they've got it all taken care of. What does that mean? Well, you stop by their showroom and check out their fantastic selection of top-notch spas in that showroom in Athens. Make your pick and get ready. Because Dynasty Pools and Spas delivers within 125 miles of that location in Athens, that fantastic showroom. They've got the cover lifts, steps, chemicals, and everything you need. Delivery at no extra charge. They're just down the road in Athens. You pick the spa you want, and it'll be there for you. Oftentimes discounted with military and first responders discounts. Also blemish models, or just mention Off the Hook Sports. That's Off the Hook Sports for $500 off. There's a discount for you on spas made right here in East Tennessee. Support local. Dynasty Pools and Spas also has the best chemicals for you and your spa and your pool. No fillers, just the chemicals made right here in East Tennessee. Support local. Dynasty Pools and Spas, $500 off if you mention Off the Hook Sports. $500 off if you mention Off the Hook Sports. Dynasty Pools and Spas, dynastypoolsandspas.com.
All SEC center Cooper Mays here. 4th down.
Coop, we are comparing two teams. What are the two teams again, Caleb, and who would win a 7-game series?
So the two teams are the 2018-2019 Vols and the 2023-2024 Vols. Funny enough, even though this year's Vols are better equipped to make a deep NCAA tournament run because of Dalton Knecht, that can help them offset an off game, and they did make a deeper NCAA tournament run. In a 7-game series, the 2018-2019 Vols would win. I just don't think over 7 games this Tennessee team could handle what that Tennessee team could do inside. I just don't think they'd have a chance. I think Grant Williams would absolutely obliterate Jonas Adu and Josiah-Jordan James under the basket.
That does surprise me a little bit that you would say that. Do you see it going 7?
No, I see it going 6. I think that Tennessee team has 2 really bad offensive outings where they have droughts that allows the 2023-24 Tennessee team to win. But outside of that, yeah, I see it going 6. If there's those games where Jordan Bowden is hitting his threes, I really don't see a way that Tennessee I don't see a way that Tennessee team loses, quite honestly. Even though this team, like I said, is better built for the tournament. For a one-and-done tournament, this team is better built for that, believe it or not.
Theoretical prop bets. Where are you, AI? Get to work. You just came up with a great theoretical prop bet. AI could do that. Which of these two teams would win in a 7-game series? Can do that. Do that, AI. I bet US will have it because they have that 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits plus 10% Gamblers Insurance. Bet US.
America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% Gamblers Insurance. Get started today. Bet US, where the game begins.
All right. So, Caleb Calhoun, this day in Tennessee sports history. What do you got for me? Please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, Caleb said that last topic would get 10 subscribers. That's what he said. I said, you're crazy. But you can go ahead and hit
I never said that, but okay.
Yes, you did. You can hit the subscribe button now and still prove Caleb right. We'll have a report back to you tomorrow. That's what he said. He said 38 new subscribers. Just bam. And I said, how about bring it down a little bit? And he goes, 10 money. And then he just held his finger up in the air like Larry Bird. Not that finger. Caleb, this day in Tennessee sports history is what?
27 years ago today, a brilliant man was hired to coach Tennessee basketball by the name of Jerry Green. And Jerry Green took over a program that had had 3 straight losing seasons under Kevin O'Neal. And all because of Jerry Green's coaching. All because of his coaching. He got them to 4 straight NCAA tournaments.
Yes. Had nothing to do with talent whatsoever. I still remember, true story. Who thinks this is the fun? Give me a second. Give me your ear. Some people I know they turned down for a second, but you have to listen to this story about Jerry Green. So this is before YouTube, and you could find a video. I actually found a video of me at Lollapalooza back in like 1994. You can find a video of anything, but you couldn't back then. So I had to look really hard. When he was hired at the University of Oregon, and he had that run there, which is why Tennessee hired him. He's at the podium, and he's being announced as the next basketball coach. And one of the coaches on his staff called me and goes, you have to look this up and see it. And he goes, I'm just so excited to be hired at the University of And then it went silent. And he forgot where he was hired. And somebody goes, Oregon. He goes, Oregon. That is 100% true story. You can find that online. I guarantee it easily nowadays. So it was 24 years ago that he was hired at UT.
27 years ago today that he was hired at UT. Yeah, that's incredible.
Is he remembered too harshly, though, in all fairness?
I wondered that with Jerry Green and Tony Harris, because if you got it's funny because I will be honest with you, full disclosure, I was a Tennessee football fan first. I picked up Tennessee basketball, unfortunately for me, when Buzz Peterson was there. So
mine was worse. Mine was a Wade.
There you go. So when I was younger, I told you, my grandfather had season tickets to the Memphis Tiger basketball game. So I actually was a Tiger basketball fan and a Tennessee football fan, and then I just moved into Tennessee everything. But so I mostly missed the Jerry Green years. The only thing I kind of had remembered was that I had remembered them being perennial contenders. And then I remembered him getting fired. And I kind of remembered before he was hired, they were not perennial contenders. And I thought, you go from Wade Houston through Buzz Peterson, you're talking a 15-year run. Tennessee makes 4 NCAA tournaments. They just happen to be the 4 years Jerry Green is there as head coach. And
you look at his record, and I'm looking at it right now. He won 20 games each and every year, got up to 26 at one point, that 99-2000 season. First round, second round, Sweet 16, first round. So he did practically nothing in the tournament. But if Rick Barnes did that the next 4 years, would anybody be calling for his job? Would it be at that point if he just had one Sweet 16 run in 4 years, the next 4 years?
No, and I think there was more to it. I think there was the go to Kmart reference. I think there was the talent that he had inherited. There was also
No, I agree with that. But in and of itself, I don't have a problem with them holding Rick Barnes to that standard. If he just makes one Sweet 16 run in the next 4 years, they should be looking for another coach.
Okay. No, I get what you're saying on that. Yeah, you're right.
With Jerry Green, it was probably 40% off the court. It may have been 60% off the court.
And also, I think one of the cases people make for Jerry Green is what the coaches before and after him did. But I mean, I think that's just a testament to how laughably bad those coaches were, isn't it? Not a testament to how good Jerry Green is, but Buzz Peterson was a horrendous coach, guys. He was a terrible coach.
But he met Michael Jordan once at his own wedding.